Here we are now for today. Our final best of 3 kicks off with a red Zerg in the top left side from Team Liquid. It is a man on a mission, ELAZER.
And in the bottom right, ladies and gentlemen from Onside Gaming, is your blue Zerg from Korea. His name is Solar.
Right, you know what, actually?
Yes.
Okay, you remember the room Clem was in, correct? Now, if you look at the room that ELAZER is in... Could
Are
it
you thinking that it would be to the side?
Could they be in the same spaceship here? Is this...
It does look it's a very similar wall color.
No, no.
ELAZER doesn't have the fancy pole lights though.
That is true. That is true.
And that's the big thing, is that Clem had the fancy pole lights.
Well, maybe Clem just has the fancy room in the spaceship.
Maybe Clem stole the pole lights from ELAZER. Maybe they were supposed to have one each, and Clem just took it and said, "No, actually, I want this."
One day they got drunk and they played a game for the fancy lights. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. That'd be in the Team Liquid StarCraft 2, you know, anime or something like that.
A super epic battle. They rock, paper, scissors. But yeah, no. Yeah, I'm actually not sure if they're both in the same building right now. I do not.
No,
keep track of that.
I mean, it's both a white background. That's all I'm basing this off.
There's not much to go off of.
Nope, no. I highly doubt it as well.
Yeah.
I guess we could have asked Clem as well, right?
We could have asked, hey, where'd you get your pole lights? Those are really cool. I want some.
Did you? No, you just asked very specifically, like, did you win those against ELAZER that one time?
Or did they just come off Amazon? Come on. Let's be honest here. It's very important.
He would have no idea what I'm talking about.
And then on Saturday, I show up and I've got the fancy pole lights too, and I'm like, ah! Now I have the power. It turns out I actually also won them from ELAZER. You got another set.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, those are mine now. Sorry.
Somehow, whenever he plays for the lights, he just loses. He's cursed that way.
He may be good at gaming, but he's not good at IRL gaming. But yeah, we have the skirmishes here with the Zerglings. Nothing too crazy happening. I think. Yeah. So I'll tell you what happened here. ELAZER lost an Overlord, and Solar immediately started up 20 Lings. Because, yeah, you don't lose that Overlord. That first Overlord that pushes towards the natural, you're not supposed to lose it. ELAZER did. And now suddenly he's going to be in a really dangerous position because Solar's just going to go all in. It's a Roach War. It's speed Zerglings across the map. I think this is a great call by Solar to pull the trigger.
That's unfortunate. The stream is having some difficulties for me.
Yep. I think the stream...
Oh, no. Oh, okay, it's continued.
It's back. Is it back?
It's back. Yeah, it came back.
Woo.
Right.
A bit scary.
A bit scary, yeah. Well, it's luckily the first one of today, so you know we've been having a good time so far. Hopefully it won't be happening anymore. Roach Warren here for Solar. That's a lot of roaches. The Zerglings really didn't manage to get the kill on the third base, which is kind of what you were hoping to do there as a Solar. Now he just has a bunch of Zerglings that he made a lot sooner than his opponents, and they're not really doing that much, right? They're actually getting slowly eaten alive by the other Zerglings, so...
Yeah, it's really an awkward situation for Solar. I mean, I think the initial idea on like making that attack is good, but yeah, not being able to really translate into anything. And you also have these roaches, though, mind you. Those are where you can start to find some value for Solar.
Yeah, it's a lot of army supply there for him available, and they are moving in rather quickly. Now the Zerglings are a bit preoccupied as well. The Spinecrawler quickly on production for ELAZER. Needs that quite badly. The Banelings come in, try to get the best service area. Don't really manage to do a lot against the Roaches. But at least they clean up the Zerglings there. Solar still in the driver's seats here with these Roaches. More Roaches for ELAZER now, starting to pop out as well. But he's going to lose all his queens. And it looks like this third base is quite likely to go down as well. However, ELAZER on the other side with Zerglings seems to be making a little bit of headway there. Although that's a big bubble blue.
Yeah, it's a lot here for Solar trying to make it work.
I think he's killed the Zerglings in his own base as well. He's moving back. The worker count still favors for ELAZER here. But it's just the army supply right now. And because everything is happening across the map, it's kind of what's keeping ELAZER alive here. And that might just end with those speedlings coming in, rushing across. GG is called. The first game goes to Solar. Needs 2 victories here to make his teammate Clem a happy man today. And again, Solar, you know, I almost want to have him advance just on the basis that he stayed up so late for this tournament and for our viewing pleasure. Now, I'm certain that if we were to say this to him, right, if we were to mention, he would say something like, "Oh, that's okay, that's fine. I'm perfectly, don't worry about it," right? Because he's just very polite and he would never complain about something like that. But, you know, still, regardless. It doesn't come down to who does Kozan pity more. It comes down to the pure brutal facts about who manages to win more games than StarCraft 2.
Yeah, I mean, when you're looking at it, obviously, I think that there's a lot of difference between the way that Korean and European Zergs play out the ZVZ matchup. When you're looking at it, I think that really you start to see, especially as you get to those really high levels of ZVZ, you start to see a lot of the difference in how the aggression plays out. You know, there are some times where 2 players will say, "All right, listen, I think that you are, you know, you're really good. I think that you can hold if I play aggressive. So we're gonna kind of handshake the early game, go for our usual just standard link setup, and if I sense that I have a major advantage, then I'll push it. But other than that, they'll just transition straight into the mid game." And then there are some times where it's like Rogue versus Dark, and they just go balls to the walls, do every single cheesy and aggressive build they possibly can, because they want to throw their opponent off. You know, that's kind of the 2 ways that you approach it.
Yeah. I like that as well. It's very enjoyable. Like, if that was the status quo, I don't think I would enjoy it as much. But just because it's sprinkled about here and there, I get, you know, very happy when it does occur. It's just nonsense on the screen. It's to that point.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild. This is one of those just normal standard openings for both players. Same thing as last game. Fast third hatchery. Lings on the way. Baneling nest as well. Getting started up. You won't often see that Baneling nest skipped unless a player is planning for a very, very fast Roach Warren. In which case you will forego that Baneling nest just because it's extra gas you don't need to spend. And usually you're going to be getting that just going straight into Roaches. You won't have a super high Ling count. So you don't end up needing that building. You'd go for an Evo Chamber and a Roach Warren instead. But this is just going to be pretty standard. ELAZER getting up his additional Lings. Solar adding on his own. Both players here just kind of poking around. Nice scout here by ELAZER. He's going to be able to see what's going on in the main. Sees nothing crazy. It's no like 2-base Mutalisk. No Roach Warren already up. And so he feels pretty safe to continue droning here, as Solar is going to just prepare for that Roach transition.
Alright, let's see if it manages to hit heavy and hard once again here. Roach Warren for ELAZER, a lot closer on the timing together as opposed to the previous game. It's gotta fill any ELAZER fan here with a bit of confidence. They're coming up as well. Nice. Alright, so if he does manage to hold against a potential Solar attack, he should be able to, well, if he starts up Roach speed immediately, to kind of come at him with the counter very quickly, or chase down all the Roaches back across the map as well.
Absolutely. And it's a lot of roaches being produced here by Solar. He's cut drones at 36, so this is going to be a very, very aggressive build here for our Korean Terran. He doesn't want to waste time. Oh, that Zergling is not going to see anything.
I think he's over-droning, man. There's 7 more drones on the menu here as the Roach. This is too much. 9 drones right now. He's going up all the way. He needs... oh, man.
Yeah, it's false confidence for ELAZER. He saw nothing, but now the roaches are going to show themselves. The Overlords see it. They're going to start to head their way across the map, and ELAZER, he needs to quickly push on that Zergling button, but this is getting very risky. Gases are canceled. He needs all the money he can get. Spine crawlers being placed down as well. This is the last ditch, kind of scrapping his plan and just saying, all right, I need to survive. 7 roaches on the way. He knows that he just needs whatever he can get here to hold on as the Baneling's trying to zone away the Zerglings, doing a good job of it. The Roach is now focusing down the Queens, and the third base might just be forfeit as the Queens all fall. ELAZER is going to look for a counterattack, but this base is absolutely gone.
Yeah, he is making 5 spine crawlers there, and it's at least something. Hopefully, he's going to be able to withstand some of the roaches here. As long as he somewhat stabilizes, he's okay with losing the third base, but oh boy, he needs to keep some of those drones alive. 11 of them have fallen. It seems like it's kind of been stopped there from the drone killing. Spire coming up behind this. I think that's a pretty cool call, actually. He's backed up into a corner onto base, trying to play the macro game from here. Now, it's not advisable, is it?
Yeah, no, the Spire, I mean, it might be the last bet, the last chance here for ELAZER to really find an advantage in this game. If you could sneak mutas in, get a good chunk of them across the map, especially if there are no spore crawlers, and you find significant damage, you can absolutely swing the momentum of this game. But as it is, it doesn't look like he's going to be scouting, or he's going to be taking, oh no, taking the third as well. It does need to try and get that hatchery back up. Ooh. Yeah.
All right, roach speed is also almost done, right? If he gets roaches with speed against the roaches without speed, and he has those Mutalisk, I mean, he could be doing a lot of damage here across the map. And I'm not entirely certain, but has there already been spore crawlers created here for Solar? Well, I think so, maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
Ideally a spore crawler. There's no spore crawlers for Solar right now. He does not have an idea that's coming. He is starting his own Hydralisk den, but that's going to be very late considering the 7 Mutalisks are popping out very, very shortly. I believe the Overseer, yeah, is going to scout them out. So spores should immediately go down. They will be finished in time for when these mutas come across the map. It is very unfortunate for ELAZER that this scout came out at this time, because I mean the big part of these mutas was the surprise factor. If you were able to go in with those spores, you could have gotten a lot of damage. But now Solar just preparing. I mean, he's up in workers. He can afford a few spore crawlers.
I feel like with the roach speed and the Mutalisk scout right now, the roach speed is about to equal out, though, to be fair, so that's going to go away very quickly. But at least the ELAZER is going to be able to force Solar back on his side of the map here. He's going to be able to do some damage, right, against those Overlords. And, well, hopefully he's going to be able to set up his third base, is what I wanted to say. But look at that. There's small Zerglings here just streaming across, and well, ready to make that third base a bit more difficult endeavor than Solar had imagined it might be.
Yeah, Solar's just going to get a few of the Zerglings, or a few of the drones here. Zerglings into the drone line, a little bit more damage just to try and knock ELAZER back even more. 10 mutas, they're going to clean up Overlords. They're going to try their best to get map control here for ELAZER. But you already have a massive amount of Hydralisks that are now in production. Starting to look scary here for ELAZER. Well, feels like Solar is just getting all the tools that he's going to need.
Yeah, I don't think ELAZER, we should write him off just quite yet. He does still have 60 workers. His third base is re-established. He's got himself a couple of spine crawlers there as well, which helps out. Oh dear, those 6 lurkers, that is terrifying. That's absolutely terrible. Okay, that just twisted my gut a little bit, but oh dear. Well, he still has the Mutalisk, somewhat of a difficulty to get a 4th base here for Solar. Right,
and obviously, I mean, Ravagers. Yeah, the Ravagers can do well against those lurkers, but it does just make it that much harder to fight into Solar's army for ELAZER. You also have that infestation pit on the way. And if that finishes up and you start to get, into your infestors, the fungal growth can be absolutely devastating to the Mutas, as the Hydras are just going to push them back. The fourth base was canceled here.
Yeah.
And that's very nice because the Laser, his fourth is already almost done. And so now, you know, those extra drones that he built, because he didn't just die to that attack from Solar, are now going to be able to be used. And he can transfer over plenty of drones to his fourth base and get himself into a very strong economy.
Let's see if he will be able to get another cancel here perhaps somewhere. Solar seems pretty well fortified for the time being. A lot of roaches moving in. Laser pokes the edge, keeps some of those units preoccupied. Might have some of those Hydralisks send over in that area. Here we go, a Laser with the main fight now. Does he know about these lurkers? I'm not entirely certain that he does, because he has no Overseer here.
Oh!
Okay, there it is.
I mean, you don't expect the layer tech lurkers. The Overseer's a little bit late. The lurkers trying their absolute best, but there's so much here for a Laser. Trying to win the game off of what was a pretty disastrous start, but now the lurkers burrow once again. The shots go out. A Laser has to back up, but his supply, I mean, inflates to 160. Solar now down to 140. And yeah, the lurkers, a saving grace, but they don't have any upgrades is the other issue. They're not as efficient as they could be if this was off Hive Tech.
Yeah, and I mean, they're not going to really win Solar the game here, I imagine, because if he sends them across the map, a Laser, he could just be coming in again with these Roaches and Ravagers, him having had those fourth bases for a little bit longer, and he's closer to the other side of the map, and lurkers on that quick. Right, that would be, I think that would be a base trade that Solar doesn't really want to go for.
That Laser just clearing up rocks, making it as easy as possible to get across the map. So there we go. Range upgrade coming through for the lurkers. It's so important in these engagements, just that extra one range.
I think
allowing them to get so much more damage off.
I think a Laser is just going to go straight into Vipers. And then he's just going to try to abduct as many of those lurkers as possible. That's just how he's going to approach this. He's not making any of his own lurkers for the time being. Okay, there we go. Priority onto the Vipers, I imagine, although we're not seeing any of them being produced right now.
Yeah, no, I was imagining the same thing here for a Laser, but he might just be preparing for a massive, his own massive Lurker Hydra transition. Just get the Hydra Den, Lurker Den to follow. You lose a few units, and then you add on your own Hydralisk. But there we go. 3 Vipers is also going to be part of this answer for a Laser.
He may have been on 200 supply, which is why he didn't start the Vipers there. He had to kill some of his own roaches, actually. Alright, gets a couple more drones with those Mutalisk.
Yeah.
And now we await the arrival of the Vipers. So that, well, maybe a Laser is going to be able to push himself into this place.
And mind you, I mean, against the lurkers, if they're grouped up, Blinding Cloud can also be incredibly efficient. Nice backstab here into the mineral line. A Laser trying to take the fight, but the lurker spines just do so much damage as the Queen's trying to stop the Mutas from finding too much more damage and actually going to get a really good trade there. As a Laser continuing to try and engage this Roach army and delay it as it walks across the map until his Vipers are here with energy. Great Corrosive Biles weaken up a lot of those Roaches.
Nice. Nice, so many lurkers right now. He's going to need a lot of ducks to make this work, as they are rapidly approaching his expansions right here. Alright, there we go. There's the units. Let's see. Maybe some Blinding Clouds could work.
Here we are. Nice abducts. 3 lurkers going down, but there's still more. Crucibile's not able to clear out that one. Oh, a Laser. One more gun, but the base is getting low. Solar supply is still so high.
Yeah, there were just too many lurkers. The Vipers, if they were there sooner, with the lurker count being lower, that may have been the play, but now there's just too many of them. He just doesn't have the numbers to fully abduct this entire lurker line. It's just a
yeah, 5th base goes down as well. Yeah, Solar pulled off a few units, just gets rid of an additional hatchery. At the same time, he's taking his own 5th hatchery, adding on his own Vipers. As here we go, engaging again. Where's the abducts? There they are. A few more lurkers getting brought in, but still 3 survive. And Solar is up 180 supply. And now is just collapsing in on the base. There's no static defense aside from these spine crawlers to help a Laser. He does not have lurkers of his own. And the Vipers are gone. Everything is getting knocked down as Solar Looks like he's going to advance 2-0. ELAZER trying to make something up here with a backstab, but it just does not feel like it's going to be enough as the bases are gone. Only 2 hatcheries left for ELAZER. His roaches at home are going to get cleaned up. And GG! Solar takes game 2.